Good afternoon. I just left. Good afternoon. I just left a really frustrated football team right now. And when you have a game like you did today, and when you have a 3-game stretch like we have, I think that's probably a good thing, because we've got to get better. We've got to get better as coaches. We've got to get better as players. I'm going to tell you that 3-game stretch is going to be something we're going to look back on at the end of the year as one of the points in the history of this program that is going to propel us to great things. And the reason I feel so confident in saying that is because of the looks in the eyes of that team. There's frustration, but there was never anything but love for each other. And I can't tell you how critical that is, and I can't tell you how hard that is. And I've been a part of teams that when frustration sets in, you see the bickering, the arguing, players turning on players, and we're fortunate. We don't have any of that right now. What we have is a group of guys that are really, really desiring to be better. And we've got a bye week this week, and it's probably a good thing, because I think it'll give us an opportunity as a coaching staff to evaluate everything and then get ready to be 1-0 in 2 weeks. Questions?
Kyle, what went into the decision to start Gary? What did you see pregame, and did you think, watching his performance, that his struggles were health-related or defense-related?
I think defense-related. You know, the trainers, the medical staff told me yesterday that he would be available to play. So really it was a matter of going out there and watching him pregame and feeling good that he could do all the things that we wanted him to do. We felt comfortable, and if that was the case, we were going to start him. I didn't think we did a great job protecting him, which is why I took him out when I took him out. I didn't think that was fair to him. But I would give a lot of credit to Wisconsin's defense. They're #1 in our conference for a reason, and they certainly, we know, it would be a great challenge for us, and they certainly played like a #1 defense.
Kyle, was there any
ineffectiveness offensively? Did you feel that was mainly just getting beat at the point of attack on the offensive line, or was there something else?
When you have a day offensively like we did, we're going to look at that film and we're going to see a lot of reasons. It starts up front. There's no doubt. It always starts up front. But I think there's going to be more than enough responsibility to go around.
Was there any thought of taking Gary out at halftime, or did you want?
No, we never discussed it at halftime.
Kyle, for the special teams, for the block punt, obviously you guys built a reputation on block punt. So what happened on that play, and obviously how disappointing it is to see that when you pride yourself on special teams?
Sure, it's one of the things we pride ourselves on, and the reason we spend so much time trying to accomplish it is because we know what it can do within a football game. And there's no doubt it's a tremendous momentum swing when you block a punt. And, up until that point, we've done a pretty good job of controlling the field position. Although we weren't very effective on offense, we were still controlling the field position, and we're in good shape. But you know, that happens, and all of a sudden now you've lost that field position advantage as well, and it becomes a touchdown. Yeah, it was a twist on the inside. It's a protection mistake. It's no more complicated than that. Although, you know, we got to make sure we get it fixed. Obviously, we went through it on the sideline. But you're right. It's a big play in the game. There's no doubt.
Kyle, you talked about the stretch as a 3-game stretch. Does it inform just your opinion of what this Big Ten challenge is? You know, whether if you think about it, maybe what you thought before that 3-game stretch, and now on the other side of it, because obviously those are 3 of the strongest teams. I mean, just going forward, how really challenging this is.
Yeah, I think, you know, going into it, we look at them as 1-game seasons. But we know the challenge of playing 3 football teams like that and playing them in a row and playing 2 of them on the road. But you know, that's the world we're living in, and it's the world we want to live in. And I think it's really good for us. I think we're learning a little bit more each week, and I know the results don't show that, but ultimately I think the results will show that. I think as a staff and as players, we're gathering information every week about what we do and what we need to do.
You said you thought it was mostly defense related with Gary. Did you sense anything? Did he say anything as the game went on about how he felt physically, or?
I checked in with him a couple times. He said he felt. I mean, Gary's a competitor. I don't know that if he didn't feel well, he would even tell me. You know, but I watched him move around, and I felt good about how he was moving. If we had protected him better, I don't know that I would have taken him out. But I just didn't feel like we were protecting him as well as I would like to. So Chris has more mobility at this point, so I figured he'd be better to be in there.
I think a lot of people would expect it would be hard to compete against these three teams. Does the lopsided nature of the score concern you?
It disappoints me. You know, in terms of concerning me, it doesn't concern me going forward because next week will be a new opponent with new matchups and new schemes. I'm disappointed in the scores. You know, we expect as a program to play better.
The last 3 weeks you've kind of played three different rushing offenses. Why has your run defense struggled so much?
You know, today, let me just speak for today in terms of the rushing defense. I really, I thought we had some opportunities to get the running back down in the backfield. Now, I think what we got to look at it and say is, you know, one-on-one, how much space, you know, we need to get more people there maybe. Those are things we'll have to evaluate this week. But it felt a little bit differently than some of the other games where I felt like we didn't have the opportunities to get them down in the backfield. I thought today we really had multiple opportunities on some of those bigger plays to get them down before we got started, which was the goal. You know, now we got to see if we can get more than one person there to make sure we get them down.
You guys started off strong against the run, and then they kind of picked it up. Was that not enough people swarming on the ball, like you said? What kind of changed after the first couple of
I don't believe that. I think we played with good effort. I thought we played with good swarm. We got to look at it on film and see schematically. You know, is there a way we can get another person there, you know, to make the window or make the space for the one-on-ones, you know, just a little bit less.
Schematically, did you make it a point to try and get another person in that space today? Because you said in the past couple of weeks you felt like there may not have been enough people in position to make those plays. Did you kind of do anything different?
No, what I said was, you know, I think we got to disrupt the runner before he gets to the line of scrimmage.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought we did that, and now we got to get him down.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so a lot of times we did, but when you play against really good running backs, the one play you don't get him down, it's a 50-plus yard touchdown. So, you know, no doubt we got to do a better job getting him on the ground.
How important does this Indiana game become now for the season?
Well, I think it's the most important game of the year because it's the next one. You know, it's the only one we get to play in 2 weeks. I think it'll be important for us as a program because it's the last opportunity we get to play in High Point Solution Stadium. You know, I thought I can't be thankful enough for the people that were there today. You know, in that kind of weather, with a tremendous amount of enthusiasm, the band, the student section, etc. You know, they were great. But for us to look at it any other way as hey, this is the only game we get to play in 2 weeks, I think you get distracted. Again, that goes back to my big picture, you know, theory on things. Big picture thinking doesn't really help us, but it's the last opportunity for our seniors to play in that stadium. That's always special, although you can't allow that to become the focal point. You know, the opponent has to become the focal point.
The small
Time for two
picture
more.
though does dictate one more win and you're bowl eligible. I mean, it's okay to emphasize that or no?
I have not in the past. Now, I'm not naive. I don't think the players are naive to knowing that. I think they know that. But thinking about that takes your mind off really what you need to be thinking about. All the things that'll help you actually be 1-0.
Kyle, you said you evaluate everything. Obviously, you feel good with Gary at quarterback? There wouldn't be any thought to make a change there?
I do.